There's a question faithful Catholics have been asking since November 2023, ever since a bishop was removed from his diocese, without a canonical trial, without formal charges, without the opportunity to defend himself. The question is, who benefited? The answer arrived on May 1st, 2026. And, paradox of paradoxes, it came not from a critic of Leo XIV, but from an official statement from the Holy See and a document from the Diocese of Tyler, Texas. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this appointment and the words that Don Nicola Bux published a few days ago. Yes, he, the liturgical theologian who worked side by side with Benedict XVI in the preparation of Summorum Pontificum, are two faces of the same problem. Let's start with the facts. On May 1st, 2026, Cardinal Christophe Pierre, Apostolic Nuncio to the United States, announced the official appointment of Father John Jairo Gomez as Bishop-elect of the Diocese of Laredo, Texas. Leo XIV accepted the resignation of outgoing Bishop James Tamayo and chose Gomez as his successor. Who is Father John Jairo Gomez? From 2015 to 2023, Gomez was the Vicar General of the Diocese of Tyler, the Diocese of Bishop Joseph Strickland. The right-hand man, the trusted man, the one who was supposed to defend his pastor before the apostolic visitors sent from Rome. Instead, according to the Catholic Monitor and the reconstructions published in recent days, it was Gomez himself who organized and facilitated the meetings between Vatican visitors and the clergy of the diocese. That same visit led, in November 2023, to Strickland's forced removal by Pope Francis. Strickland was removed without trial. Gomez remained and ascended. Let's pause for a moment, because this dynamic has a specific name in the history of the Church. It's called ecclesiastical collaborationism, the subordinate who provides Roman visitors with the information needed to justify the removal of the superior. And he's rewarded with a promotion. Strickland out, Gomez in, with the title of bishop. And it is no coincidence that just this week, Monsignor Strickland gave a new interview on 1 Peter 5, in which he states that his trust in Leo XIV is fading. He said it with the calm of someone who has already paid the price. He pointed to the episcopal appointments as the clearest signal of the direction of this pontificate, and Gomez's appointment came the day after those words. Let's understand who Don Nicola Bux is and why his words matter so much. Bux is one of the world's leading experts on liturgical theology. For years, he worked with Joseph Ratzinger, first as prefect of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, then as Benedict XVI. He contributed to the preparation of Summorum Pontificum in 2006. His authority on liturgy and ecumenism is unquestionable, even among those who disagree with his views. On April 28, 2026, Don Nicola Bux published an article on messainlatino.it and Stillum Curiae that garnered widespread attention throughout the traditionalist world. The title was "The Bishop's Blessing in the Vatican: Ignorance or Bad Faith?" The bone of contention: Anglican Archbishop Sarah Mallally's visit to Rome and the moment she gave a blessing at the tomb of St. Peter. During that visit, Monsignor Flavio Pace, Secretary of the Dicastery for Promoting Christian Unity, made the sign of the cross while Mallally blessed. Bux writes, "There is a contradiction between the Anglican pastors who became Catholic priests in the ordinariates of Benedict XVI because they recognized that their ordinations were invalid, and the message of good wishes towards a woman who is not a bishop because she is a woman." And he concludes, "Whether they did it out of ignorance or bad faith, They scandalize and confuse many Catholics. Bux is not a polemicist. He is a theologian trained in the school of Ratzinger. When he uses the words bad faith, a very harsh expression in ecclesiastical parlance, he is raising a specific question. If it isn't incompetence, it's a deliberate choice. And this choice directly concerns Leo XIV and those around him. But there's something the headlines haven't revealed. Gomez's appointment and Bux's comments aren't isolated incidents. These are the symptoms of a pattern that traditionalists have been recognizing for months. Leo XIV's pattern can be summed up in a single formula. Those who fall in line are promoted, those who resist are ignored or removed. Gomez had aligned himself with the Vatican visitors against his bishop. The result? Bishop of Laredo. Strickland had defended Catholic doctrine, challenged restrictions on the traditional Mass, and spoken out fearlessly. Result? Removed without trial from the diocese that now produces the new bishop, rewarded by Leo XIV. On the liturgical side, the pattern repeats itself. Benedict XVI had established the Anglican ordinariates precisely to accommodate faithful who recognized the invalidity of their ordinations. Leo XIV receives Mullally as a spiritual guide worthy of receiving Peter's tomb as a stage for a blessing, and the secretary in charge makes the sign of the cross. And it is here that the story reveals its true nature. This isn't diplomatic naivety, it's a coherent theological vision, in which the difference between a valid and an invalid ordination, between fidelity and betrayal, tends to blur. And Don Nicola Bux, Ratzinger's theologian, says it out loud while almost no cardinal dares to do so. But fidelity isn't measured by ecclesiastical promotions. It's measured by consistency over time. Strickland has been removed, but the faithful remember him as their pastor. Bux wrote ignorance or bad faith, and the traditionalist world read it and shared it. The informal teaching of the faithful still works. The Church has endured difficult pontificates, complacent bishops, and betrayed pastors. It has always survived, because Christ's promise does not depend on episcopal appointments, but the faithful have a right to know, and this channel exists for that purpose. What do you think? If you liked the video, comment Amen. God bless you.